Hey, what's up, YouTube? Boswell back with another topic for Mayor's News. I have been putting this off because, number one, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I've been putting it off because these are some people I respect. And I didn't want it to be true, right? And again, we still don't know if it's true. But we're talking about the Obamas, right? And again, it's been smoke. It's been a lot of little viral. I heard about it like a week and a half ago, right? I started hearing some little rumors. I'm like, it could be a stretch, But now it's starting to really pick up steam and really get the ball moving on more and more people coming out speaking about it, right? And basically, it's saying that Barack is dating someone else, or their marriage is looking to be a situation where they may be separate or even leading into divorce, which is crazy. Right? But let's rewind really quick. Let's see how we got here, right? Because everybody has different speculations, but the main timeline, and again, this is just what's current, right? Obviously, every marriage is different. Different scenarios could play it in the part that we never even seen, but we talking about where it is now, how it's escalated now, starting to spill out into the public. So from what the speculation is, we started to see it as, viewers or whatever outside of their marriage, right? The public. We started to see something going on, something differently during Jimmy Carter's funeral, right? Michelle didn't show up. Now, originally it was like, oh, she's sick. Right? That was kind of the thing. So everybody like, oh, okay, yeah, we get that. Right? It's a funeral. She's not really feeling good. Cool, right? That's a pass. That's nothing. Right? Obama showed up still. He's a president or a former president. And, he showed up to show love. So, no harm, no foul, right? She's sick. She's not feeling well. Cool. We get it. Barack still showed up and showed, love to a former president. Cool. Then Trump's inauguration came around, and it's like, hold on. The video clips, if you look anywhere on the internet and you see how Obama's walking in, and you start to see like, wait a minute, the energy, even the eye test, right? You ever play football? They're like, man, you can see somebody talent, even though the stats might not show it, but it's called something called the eye test. And that's how I look. I'm like, man, when I see Barack walking, I'm like, wait a minute, his step different. You know what I mean? Something off, man. And again, I don't have any inside knowledge, but you start to hear people, quote unquote, close to the circle, unnamed sources, blah, blah, blah. And then when you start to see media figureheads pick it up, people like Candace Owen and so on down the line, different people around media, I'm just throwing her name out there. She was one that brought it up. And now the different blog sites, it's starting to pick up steam. And the person he's saying that, though potentially he's supposed to be had dating or cheated, quote unquote, outside of their marriage is Jennifer Aniston, right? Who is A-level celebrity. They saying that he been creeping around with her, and that's what's put the strain on the marriage. That's why they in the situation where they separate, had nothing to do with she was sick. She not showing up with him was because of that. Now, before I put my spin on why this is important, right? I want to say this. And this is tough, man, but I gotta say why I stand in this whole thing. Let me say it like this, right? Because I'm trying to, because I don't want it to be true, right? And I have reasons, we'll dive into it. But if Hillary showed up with Bill, you know what I'm saying? Bro, she gotta show up. That's me. And listen, I'm probably gonna get some backlash for this video, but regardless on what's going on, there's still a prestigious role you have to play, right? But there's a whole nother segment that's out there, and I won't touch this, but you guys can find it. Just talking about black women in particular. I'm not gonna touch on that. But the conversation is out there, in particular how that looks when it comes to black women, right? regardless on the situation, on what we see in all of that. All right, cool. So let me dive into this, right? If it is true that their marriage, they're at a point where they're in separation or they're close to divorce, right? If it is true, this gonna kill their legacy. They are high prestige, and not only in the political world, but around the world, right? As far as being number one, just a power couple, like I said, in the political sphere, you know, and in the black community. They are like saying, a lot of people look at Jay-Z and Beyonce as a power couple. It's like they're at that level of the viewpoint on how they're perceived. So already the speculations is already putting chinks in the armor, right? Already putting chinks in the armor. You get me? And again, if it's true, it would devastate the black community. It would devastate because even though, number one, the black community is in shambles when it comes to marriage, number one. But any people who was like using that as like an anchor to say, you know what, these people still show us a great example on what it means to be married, even outside of just a normal thing. We can still look to them as a hope as far as, you know, black marriage, the black power couple, and a great standard in the black community on what it means to be married, right? That's just, it would hurt a lot of people in the black community, just even if it came out that it was true. Number one, their legacy trashed, gone, right? Because it's a different standard. It is a different standard. We're just gonna put it out there. It shouldn't be, but it is, right? It's a different standard for blacks because we already, especially when it comes to marriage, we already are looked down at the worst, and the numbers back it up. We just had the worst statistics when it comes to marriage and divorce. It just is. Now this is the only part. This last part I want to talk about, right? This is the only point I would touch on when it comes to black women. Again, there's conversations out there. I won't dive too deep, but I will say this. This is my little point on it. If it is true that Barack is dating Jennifer Aniston, that will hurt a lot of black women's feelings. Big time. Because she's a white woman. Let's just keep it above. It's like, it already is taboo in the black community that when black men get to reach a certain height and level in life, they choose a white woman over a black dude. It's just true. And if it is true, you know what I'm saying? I have to keep preferences in that. If it is to be true, it would just look, I can't say even look. It's our number one, Barack. It would look bad on him anyway, but it would look even worse on black women because it's like he could be cheating with another black woman, but why a white woman? That's what the question would be, and it's like these are the conversations on. It's like black women saying, "Look, we already don't quote unquote have good black men." But the black man who would give us a better opportunity as far as the high level or the type of lifestyle they want, the football players and just when we have a lot of different assets and resources, can't keep these men. Or they can't even attain. So that in itself, from my viewpoint, my opinion, would hurt black women again. It would. It would. And I personally think that there's plenty of good black men to go around, but black women don't want good black men. They want great black women. They want better black men than them. Because especially the black women nowadays who are very educated, who have great careers, who ran the bag up, right? Who can who can provide a lifestyle for themselves without a man, you cannot just come in and be average. You can't just come in and be a good guy. You got to come in like a Barack, like a football player, like a NBA player. You got to come in the game like that. Because in their eyes, you're either equal to them or above them. They don't, listen, all women, especially black women, are Harpurgers, right? They want the best of the best. They want to move up to keep bumping up their lifestyle, because it's not only about them. They looking at naturally how their offspring would be provided for, right? And if they were to have a kid by this guy, it's too many examples of Tyrones out there. They got kids, they struggling. They'd rather have a kid with a guy who got money and they know they straight than have a kid with a Tyrone, even though it's crazy, a lot of them still do, than to be struggling. You get what I'm saying? So, circling back, it is plenty of great black men out there, but they have their pick of the litter because, man, I've said in my video, I blame the dudes. Man, we got to level up. And we can sit here and play the game about women expectations are different. I just think that they're in a position now, women, in particular black women, they're in a position now where they can get their own. They don't have to bow down to what traditional values used to be. Like they had to depend on a guy, right? Them days over with. They don't. They showing it. They're the most educated. They're in a lot of great career paths. They got their own money, right? They're creating the lifestyle that they want. You can't come in and not impact that with great value, and still at least they see you in a potential like, man, this dude, he moving up. I can rock with that, right? At least come in at their level or above. You have to. And we can look at numbers. I get it. I get it. The numbers don't lie, right? A lot of black men don't make that type of income over 50,000. Now, I'm not saying a lot of them. I'm not saying there aren't any that do, but if we're looking at just statistics, especially in the black community, listen, it's not many. So we gotta do better to figure out different ways, creative ways to get more money. And I'm getting off topic, but I'm about to get back to. We got to figure out ways to run the bag up more and either get more educated and either match them or do something different where we attract them to where we want to go. All right. But that's my take, man. Again, where there's smoke, there's fire. When it comes to the Obamas, we'll see. Like I said, I've been wanting to make this video, right? I've been wanting to make this video, but I wanted to I ain't want to jump out there first and look like an idiot, because I'm like, I do respect them, right? And as part of the black community, and I do want them to be successful. You know, I always root for people that's married, because I think it's very prestigious to even take that journey and that commitment together, number one. So I hope it's not true, because I do want them to stay together and win and to continue to grow and prosper, especially with the two girls that have beautiful girls. And that's just what it is. But if it's true, their legacy is trash. It's over with. Not saying any good things, but especially in the black community eyes, number one, their legacy over with. Number two, is gonna hurt the black community based on their situation. It's just another story that comes out. We already get the basic story about people breaking up, cheating, and stuff like that. But them in particular, yeah, that one gonna hurt. And like I said, there's plenty of videos you guys can hear from the woman's side, and talking about the black woman and they viewpoint on it, and the viewpoint of the black woman, particular to the situation. But my only touch on that would be how black women would look at the Obama, considering he would go with a white woman over another black woman, if it is to be true. So anyway, man, listen, what y'all think about that? Drop a comment below. You know, subscribe to the Husband Code if it's your first time. If you've been watching for a while, subscribe. Also, hit the like button if you got any value from this video. And also, hit the notification bell, because we're dropping videos like this every single day. Until next time, peace.